Good evening and welcome to The Woman's Show, coming to you live on Green Gold TV. I am Egyimaa and host for tonight, and we will be highlighting on women in politics. But before then, let me do this really quick. A happy Father's Day to Nana Kumi Pako from Aguna Kwenyako, my daddy Mr. Philip Enchi, Mr. Frimpong, the Chief Judge of Miss Western Ghana, Mr. Ato Kwamena, the official MC for Miss Western Ghana, the CEO of Miss Western Ghana, Mr. Ike, and your male team members. And to all men, a happy Father's Day to you all watching me across the country. Now, according to the United Nations Women, equal participation and leadership by women in political and public life are crucial for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. However, the Interparliamentary Union's report that only 26% of parliamentarians worldwide are women. Now, let's come to Ghana. When we come to Ghana, women constitute to over half of its population, yet they remain underrepresented at all decision-making levels. This underrepresentation is a global issue, and achieving gender parity in politics is still a distant goal. Why? But nevertheless, Sustainable Development Goal 5 aims for gender equality by 2030, and it is essential to keep this conversation alive about women's participation and leadership in politics. Now, let's look at some of the women shaping politics both internationally and locally in our country. At the international level, we have the Excellency Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States of America. We also have Dr. Angela Ofori-Amma from Ghana, a former Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection. She championed gender equality and women's empowerment. We also have Nana Kunedu Agyemang-Rawlings, a former First Lady and the founder of the National Democratic Party, the NDP. She has been a pioneering figure in Ghana and a champion for women's rights. Now, during the week, we spoke with some women in the Central Region who have successfully navigated the political arena. Let's hear what they have to say. The Honorable Queen Tamami Poku-Asoya, the MP for Aguna East District.
Women, most of the time, are passionate about everything we do, especially dealing with the poor in our constituencies, the deprived, the sick, the disabled. I use myself as an example. Everywhere I go, my priority as a mother is to see to it that the aged, the children, the vulnerable, they smile.
In her voice, played on the screen, women play important role in politics. And when women play an important role in politics, women are very much passionate about the well-being of the society, and they mostly patronize issues like education, healthcare, and social welfare. Now, let's go to the DCE of Aguna East District, Honorable Jane Odai-Pinto. And in her words, women face numerous challenges when pursuing their political careers. That is gender bias, lack of access to resources, and support from our families, combining and taking care of their homes with their political affairs. She also said that we can overcome these challenges by implementing gender quotas, training and mentorship programs for women. Now, this shows that women can do better in politics. Now, empowering women in politics is not only a normal imperative, but a necessary step for building a just, equitable, and prosperous world. Let's work together to break down barriers and create opportunities for women to lead and shape the future we want. Say kalana mission na me ba na kofu bebrehwe. The reason inti a meshe Jesse no. The Jesse is here to tell you that I'm representing Ghana, my country. As you can see other political parties here. As you can see other political parties here. I want to remind you that we are still in the election year. So therefore, no matter your political party or your political status, whether being MPP, NDC, Movement for Change or CPP, we are still one Ghana. And we should come together and campaign for a peaceful election 2024. Thank you.
Put your hands together for egyimaa. Do it one more time for egyimaa. And my wear a newscaster tonight.
Yes.
Hey, okay.
Latest.
Right. Madam Akesi Mieza, egyimaa.
Egyimaa, I think you did well.
Thank you.
But I'm just looking at the topics for today.
Okay.
And I was expecting to highlight more the challenges that women are going through in politics. Because this is an issue that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Secondly, representing Western region, I expected more examples of women leaders in the Western region that you know. But there was no mention of anyone in the Western region. But I want to believe that you live in the Western region, which is the reason why you are contesting here. So if you're here, then you should at least mention one or two names from the Western region. I like your outfit. I like your call for peace in the coming elections.
Thank you.
But I still think that you need to do a lot more research and make sure that this time you bring it home.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please, I made mention, I'm representing the Central region rather, and I made mention of two political women in our region. That is the MP and the DCE. Honorable Queen Stamami Pokuya Soya, who is the MP for Aguna East District in the Central region, and the DCE, Honorable Jane Odai Pentu, who is the DCE for Aguna East District in the Central region. Thank you. And I also said I also made mention of the challenges. Yeah.
Thank you.
Put your hands together for egyimaa.
Egyimaa.
Yes.
Dr.
Egyimaa,
Grace,
I like
you might
your
want to
spirit.
add one or two.
Thank you, egyimaa. I'm so glad you're defending yourself.
Thank you.
I like your faith and your passion. Thank you. Don't let anybody take away your words when you've actually done it. So you've done a good job. That has even increased your score right now.
Thank you.
The things that I thought you could have done a little bit better was maybe if you had stood up. You see how you were so animated when you were talking about, you were making your case. I expected you to do a little bit more of that. You were just sitting down and reading, and I think that took away a little bit from your presentation. You also mentioned Madam Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States. She's actually a very good friend, a personal friend of mine, and she's a woman's advocate. And she has, last year, she came to Ghana and they pledged $1 billion for Africa to help with women empowerment and women advocacy issues. So she is a champion for women. Thank you. And also the two women that you mentioned in the Central region are very dynamic, two examples of dynamic women in Ghana.
Thank you.
I like your outfit. I think you did well, but this last part has changed your score a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank
Put
you.
your hands together for egyimaa.